Hello class, good day. So in this video, we'll be learning about introduction to learning and mobile commerce. So the contents for this lecture is, again, you'll know about the introduction of e-commerce, learn all the types of e-commerce, e-government, introduction to m-commerce. You also know the advantages of e-commerce and m-commerce, multi-stage model for e-commerce, and the e-commerce challenges. Okay, let's go to the introduction to electronic commerce. Okay, so electronic commerce is the conducting of business activities electronically over the computer network. So just basically distribution, buying, selling, marketing, and servicing of products or services. Okay, so yeah, so it happens electronically over computer network. So it includes any business transaction executed electronically between companies. So that's business to business. So business activities that are strong candidates for conversion to e-commerce are paper-based. So those who are on manual. So those businesses that are time consuming, which are inconvenient to customers too. Okay. So again, e-commerce includes any business transaction that is done again electronically between companies, so business to business. Can also be companies and consumers, so that is business to consumer, consumers and other consumers, consumer to consumer, public sector, and business. It can also be government to business, okay? So public sector to citizens, so that is government to citizen, and public sector to public sector, so that is government to government. Business activities that are again strong candidates for conversion are again paper-based, type consuming and convenient for customers because e-commerce really helps make things more efficient between those types of transactions. Okay, so first let's go to business e-commerce. Okay, so B2B e-commerce is a subset of e-commerce. Okay, a subset of e-commerce in which all the participants are organizations. So it is a useful tool for connecting business partners in the virtual supply chain to cut resupply times and reduce costs. So many organizations use both. So first is buy side e-commerce to purchase goods and services for suppliers. And next is sell side e-commerce to sell products to their customers. Okay. So Microsoft, SAP are examples that participate in business to business. Okay? So businesses offering services or products towards other businesses or organizations that offer these as well. So B2C e-commerce. So it's a form of e-commerce in which customers deal directly with an organization and avoid intermediates. So this is called disintermediation. So its reasons for steady growth is that cheaper goods and services are available via web, and online shoppers can design a personalized product. And lastly, the use of social media networks to promote products and reach customers. So one of the most popular examples of these is Amazon, owned by Jeff Bezos, Lazada, and Shopee, and more. There are a lot there. It is where there are official stores or vendors which sell products directly, and it is branchless. So they just at home and they can set up their products online and you can sell anywhere in the world. Okay, so it can be national or worldwide. Okay, so this is just a forecasted global B2C e-commerce sales. So yeah, so it's increasing over time, and actually this is just still in 2017, but to see that we have the pandemic nowadays, so there's more online shopping happening. Okay, so yeah, so we expect this to rise even more. Okay, so by the way, this is just based on the book. So now let's go to consumer e-commerce. So C2C e-commerce. So it's basically a subset of e-commerce that involves electronic transactions between customers using a third party to facilitate the process. So most popular sites include eBay, yeah. So it can also be OLX or ngayon yung OLX it's already Carousel and other online buy and sell platforms. So Facebook Marketplace. So it is also an example as well. So basically, you have a uh, let's say you have a keyboard that you want to sell and you're a consumer. Okay, diba? Tapos, and then there's another person who got interest in your keyboard, so you decide to sell it to that other consumer. So that's basically consumer to consumer. So companies and individuals involved in C2C must be careful. Okay? So sales must not violate the rules of various country, state, and country legal jurisdictions. Okay. So like for example, as we don't know yung pinagbabawal like about okay. So yeah, that's one example of that. Okay. So now as you can see, so these are just a difference between uh, B2B, B2C, and C2C. So you can just check that one. Okay. Okay. So you can see, you C2C, it's just very, very fast. Okay. So you can, the sales process, you can close the deal right away and you can meet also right away or maybe tomorrow. That's usually the case. But for business consumer, it takes days to weeks because first for all, they need to prepare the order. Okay. So they have a lot of customers, not only you, and it also depends on the location actually. So let's say the supplies from China, the business from China, and you're in Davao, so it will take days to weeks to ship your order. So it goes through the customs and yeah, ship the product. Okay. So yeah, so business to business, this take days to months. Okay, because it's already large scales of transactions. Okay, so we're on the delivery to and the processing. Okay, so guys, you can just check that one. So now let's go to e-government. So e-government is the use of information and communications technology to first simplify the sharing information, speed formerly paper-based processes, and improve the relationship between citizens and government. Okay, as you can see now, the government is doing its best to digitalize the process for the citizens. Though we know that it's still not perfect, but yeah, this is a good step for everyone. Okay, so like for example, you can renew your driver's license online, something like that. Yeah, so it's big help. I hope it continues and also improve the systems. So now let's go to forms of e-government. So first is the government to consumer. Okay, so citizens can register or submit data to respective government agencies online. Okay, so like for example, requesting a birth certificate online, or voters can basically look up the respective voter precincts online. So that's example of government to consumer. So next is government to business. So businesses can apply for their respective business permits online or do bidding on the respective government contracts and other things. So one example of bidding is what we do in PhilJeps. Okay, so what we do, that's what we do. So we have a business and we basically look up for available bids that we can join online for the procurement. So yeah, that's really big help for everyone since I can just browse online based on the products that you have, line the product lines, and you can join the bidding and hope that you win. Okay. So next is G2G, so that is government to government. So it basically support transactions between government entities or government departments. So G2G applications usually share data between various government entities. Okay. So now let's go to mobile e-commerce. So it's not common, it's not already common to everyone. Okay, so mobile commerce relies on the use of wireless devices. Okay, so the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers is ICANN. So it created a mobile domain to help attract mobile users to the web. Okay, so m-commerce is the market for it is in North America. So it matured later than in Western Europe and Japan. In worldwide, m-commerce accounted for 35% of all retail e-commerce sales in the fourth quarter of 2015. And lastly, the number of mobile websites worldwide is growing rapidly. It's because of the advances in wireless broadband technology. So now we have that day, it's still 3G, or now we have LTE, and fast forward, we now have 5G. So that's, yeah, the wireless devices. And we hope that the internet in the Philippines will also advance too. Okay. So yeah. So these are just the highly rated m-commerce retail websites. Okay, so now let's discuss the advantages of electronic and mobile commerce. So first, it reach new customers. So the establishment of an e-commerce website enables a firm to reach new customers in new markets. This is one of the primary reasons organizations give for establishing a website. So especially if a business doesn't have a physical store within the local. Okay, so that's really huge help for everyone. Next is again reduce the cost of doing business. So by eliminating or reducing time-consuming and labor-intensive steps throughout the order and delivery process, more sales can be completed in the same period and with increased accuracy. With increased speed and accuracy of customer order information, companies can reduce the need for inventory, from raw materials to safety stocks and finished goods, at all the intermediate manufacturing, storage, and transportation points. Next, it is speed up the flow of goods and information. The flow of information is accelerated because electronic connections and communications are already established. As a result, information can flow from buyer to seller easily, directly, and rapidly. Next is increased accuracy of order processing. So human data entry error on the part of the supplier is eliminated, and order accuracy is important no matter what the product is. And lastly, improve the level of customer service. So it increased and more detailed information about delivery dates and current status of orders can increase customer loyalty. So in addition, the ability to consistently meet customers' desired delivery dates with high quality goods and services eliminates any incentive for customers to seek other sources of supply. So this is just a multi-stage model for e-commerce. So yes, first is search and identification, select and negotiation, purchasing, product and service delivery, and after sales. So actually, after sales is really important in this part. Okay, so this is crucial for customer retention. Okay, so e-commerce challenges. So the first challenge that we have here is dealing with customer privacy concerns. So with this, there's a risk of identity theft. So the use of someone's personal information or personal identification information without his or her permission, often to commit fraud or other crimes. Okay. So about one third of all adult internet users will not buy online due to privacy concerns. So next is overcoming consumers' lack of trust. So usually it's the online sellers. Okay. So can the consumers be sure that the company or person with which they are dealing is legitimate and will send the items they purchase? So yeah, that's the first question. Okay. So what we can do is that we can look for seals of approval. So to avoid problems when shopping online, look for on the website for seals of approval from organizations such as Better Business Bureau Online or Trustee. So you can also check the like reviews, okay? So check the background of the company you're buying to, okay? And if it goes with cash on delivery, then that's really really good. Okay, so last most importantly, so you must check to whether or not the website has a secure HTTPS protocol and a secure site lock icon. So in this case, our information is secured enough, so it will just not be spoofed by other people not having good intentions. Okay, so this is a challenge to overcome global issues. So cultural, language, time, distance, infrastructure, currency, and legal challenges. So these are the global issues and challenges that should be taken into consideration. So first in cultural, so great care must be taken to ensure that a website is appealing, easy to use, and inoffensive to potential customers of different cultures around the world. Next is language. So language differences can make it difficult to understand the information and directions posted on a website. Time and distance. So significant time differences make it difficult for some people to be able to speak to customer service representatives to get technical support during regular waking hours. So thus BPOs are in the trend nowadays. Next is infrastructure. So the site must support access by customers using a wide variety of hardware and software devices. Next is currency. So the site must be able to state prices and accept payments in a variety of payment methods and currencies. And lastly, legal challenges. So the site must operate in conformance to a wide variety of laws that cover a variety of issues, including the protection of trademarks and patents, the sale of copyrighted materials, the collection and safeguarding of personal or financial data, the payment of sales taxes and fees, and many more. Okay, so that ends our video about the introduction to electronic and mobile commerce. So I hope that you learn a lot in this video. And yeah, if you have concerns or questions, you could just chat on Discord or send me an email. So yeah, thank you and take care.